don't press the red button. Right. Hello there and generic greetings. This is the Kerbal Space Program, and you probably already know that because you'll have read the video title. And if you haven't, you may have spied the big red writing on the side here that says Kerbal, then space, then program. Actually, space and program are in blue, but you get the idea. You get where I'm going with it. There's also a big red rocket thrusting in 3 directions. Huh. That sums up the game better than I ever could, really. Let's just say that the Kerbal's technology and space program and just everything overall is in the early stages of development, in a sort of experimental phase, sort of pre-experimental phase, really. Yeah, it's definitely early on in the whole thing. As is the game, actually. It's version 0.16.0, and it's currently in alpha, currently being developed by a company or a group of people called Squad. Links in the description, you can check it out. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. These are Kerbals. These are Kerbals. They look like green marshmallows, but you know, that's okay. That's okay. No one judges them. And this is their planet, Kerbalania. Actually, it's not Kerbalania. I just can't remember the name. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look in the game. Alright, so we got 4 locations. I guess you could call them locations anywhere that we can choose from. We got the space plane hangar, we got the vehicle assembly building, the launch pad, and the tracking station. The launch pad, I don't think I need to go into any more detail about what that does, really. It's a pad where you launch things. Yeah, I mean, not like launching an album or anything like that, or a premiere of a film, but more of a space sort of theme thing going on. Yeah. The vehicle assembly building is where you assemble vehicles, i.e. rockets and bombs. Yeah. I mean they're not you don't plan on making them bombs. They just happen to be that way. The space plane hangar is where you build things like the NASA space shuttle thing, or just jets. You can build jets as well, and you can fly around the planet. And this is the tracking station. It's a big dish that goes around, and you can track out of the atmosphere. Let's have a look at that. Right, so this is Kerban. This is our main sort of planet. Well, actually, our main sort of planet is Earth. That's our main home, really, isn't it, Earth? Unless you're an alien, in which case, hi from Earth, if you're watching this, I guess. Or you might not be an alien, you might just be human and on a different planet, in which case, hi. Hi to the ISS, hi to Mars, hi to anywhere. Just insert your name. Just hi. So this is Kerban. You can see there's a couple of symbols around. It says, that says untitled spacecraft debris at launch pad. Okay, so maybe that didn't work, that one there. These are my previous attempts at taking things off and trying to make them orbit. Yeah. We can zoom right out. This is Kerban, and then we zoom out, and this is the Mun. The Mun's over there, and then we have Minmus, I think it's called. Is it Minmus? Yeah, it's Minmus, which is orbiting around there. Then we can keep scrolling out and then see that we're in orbit of this sun here, and then we can keep going out and out. I think the plan is eventually to add loads more planets and space stations and maybe other solar systems. I'm really not too sure. But either way, the current sort of thing is Moon. You can go to the Mun, or you can go to Minmus over there. I don't know. I've never really been that far. I have tried to get to the Mun. There's my past attempts. Hang on, we'll just lock onto the Mun. Target Mun. There we go. Target is Mun. There you can see there's a bit of debris on the side of that there. That's fine. I did successfully land. He might not have any way of getting back. So I don't know whether you would class that as a 100% successful mission, really. Because he got there. Let's just call it 50%. Let's just call it 50% successful. He can't come back, but he got there. Yeah, 50%. We'll say it's 50%. That's where his old space shuttle was, which is in a really dodgy orbit. Yeah, when you mouse over things, you can see the orbit of them. So there's the orbit of that. There's the orbit of that. Actually, that one's not. That one's in orbit. It's got a elliptical orbit, I think it's called. This one's orbit isn't great, I'll be honest. It's more of a it's more of a gonna crash into the side of the planet orbit. Yeah, I think using the word decaying is probably right about this point. Actually, it's still going away, so it's not decaying. Eventually, it will come back though. And knowing my luck, it'll land land on the pies I've just baked. Right, let's have a look inside the vehicle assembly building. Right, so I'm going to run through the process of design, manufacture, building, assembly, construction, testing, and probably ultimate destruction of this thing. Yeah, we need to select a command module first. There's a couple here that are more suited to space planes rather than a rocket. So the two we're most interested in is these two here, the command pods. This one holds 3 cables, and this one holds 1 cable. We'll go for the 3. It means we have sort of 3 chances. Really, actually, it doesn't mean that at all, but we're going to pick that one anyway. Okay, so this is the pod that we spawned, and this guy obviously doesn't care. You couldn't care. If that thing fell, you would die. You would be dead. And don't be coming to me if you're dead, and don't be suing me, alright? You don't be complaining to me when you die. Do you know how much it costs to sweep up a body from the bottom of a re-entry shield? Oh yeah, the UI, yeah. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we've got, I guess it would be our parts menu. They're separated into different tabs, and they all do different things. We have the options here for launching, saving the ship. So you can save different ships, and you can name the ship up here. This is our stages. We'll set all these as we build the rocket. We'll drag this up here, and then we've got all this space to put the rockets and the fuel, because obviously rockets need fuel. That's like a basic space principle, really. Actually, no, solid fuel boosters come with fuel, so you don't need to put separate fuel tanks on. So that doesn't really work. No. Anyway, the first thing I need to decide really is if I'm trying to go for the Mun or a planetary landing. Because if that's the case, I need landing struts and gear and all that sort of stuff, and ladders and more ration packs, and probably maybe a tent and a flag. Obviously, you need a flag, but do I want to go for... No, I'm not going to go for the Mun. We're not going to go for the Mun. You need to pace. Just pace yourself. I'm going to pace myself. The objective of this rocket is to go out of the atmosphere and then orbit. Yeah? Okay, right. And then the next one we can shoot higher, and we'll go for the Mun. Right, each party can spawn has statistics that sort of accompany it. So we can see on this fuel tank, it has some, total mass, which is how much it weighs, what drag it causes, and max temperature before it explodes, how much impact it can take before it explodes, its capacity, fuel in this case, loads of other statistics like the engine. Look, there's loads of numbers there. You can deal with that yourself. Someone will deal with it. I'm sure there's scientists behind the scenes, as it were, sort of crunching numbers and making sure this thing will work. Actually, I've crashed 1 or 2 in my time, so either them scientists don't exist, or they're just getting it wrong. I'm sure it's probably their fault that this. Yeah, it's not my fault that the ships have been crashing. Let's just put a big ass fuel tank on and a big rocket, because that's how space works, really. Right, let's go. We're on the launch pad, as it were. This is our creation. So we've got the pod on the top, where we have 3 brave pilots, and the big fuel tank and the big rocket. So we're all set. We've locked the doors. We've made sure they've not got any gum in the mouth. We've put the tray tables in the upright and locked position. We've flushed the toilet, and we've ensured that there's no head crabs in here. So we now need to launch. There's several controls. We can throttle up and down, as you see here. We can throttle this up and down. This is a liquid fueled engine, so which means you can actually it's varying throttle, so you can throttle it up and down. And then we've also got this gimbal here, which tells you your orientation based on the closest planet. This is it's a little complicated, but we'll go through it later. This is your altitude, and the how thick the atmosphere is. Obviously, we're sort of at the thick end of the atmosphere. Otherwise, we'd probably be dead, or we would manage and not be dead. One of the two, anyway. We have our stages here, which, as you can see, first stage is fire the rockets, and that's it, because we've only got 1 stage, because we only need 1 stage. And we've got pitch and roll and all this other stuff. So what you need to do is set your thrust, in which case I'm just going to max it out, and then what you do is you press space, and that activates the next stage in line, which happens to be our 1 and only stage. So yeah, countdown, I guess. 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, that's successful takeoff. Yeah, okay. We're getting some speed up. That's good. We need to make sure that this gimbal stays in the center, because that means we're going directly up. If it's blue, that means you're sort of that's supposed to represent the sky. When it's brown, that's ground. If it's blue, it's okay. You're going up. Yeah, that's good. Actually, our fuel's running quite low at the moment. Let's just throttle it back a bit, because we've oh no, we've probably got a little bit. No, we've probably got quite a ways to go yet, and we're running out of fuel. That's not good. That's not the best thing to ever happen. These aren't. Oh, I think yeah, these have just realised. I think that they're running out of fuel. What we'll do is we'll maximum power all the way, and then we'll coast the rest of the way. Yeah, we'll do that. We've ran out of fuel. That's okay though, because we're still going. Look, our altitude is good. It's flying up, and our I think one of them is just being sick. No, don't worry about it. Right. So yeah, look, yeah, we've got pretty high with one engine. That's pretty good. Actually, there's probably no way of getting back. Now that I think about it, what we'll do is we'll pivot over. We'll just use the AWSD keys, and we'll put us on a 90 here, and we'll throttle back a bit, thrust back, and there we are. So yeah, we're still going up. I think we're going to break atmosphere. Really, I think we've actually broke it. So if I press M, that shows us our map. It shows our trajectory of yeah, this sort of shows us our trajectory. That's like the top of our arc, as it were. And according to this, I'm going to get wet. Okay, I'm sort of heading towards the planet at a fair old whack. Yeah, I would say I'm accelerating. Some would say we're accelerating. And also spinning out of control. What I'll do is I'll activate the SAS module, and what that does is it stops you spinning out of control. However, the main issue, I guess some people would call it the main issue, is that I'm heading straight toward the ocean at unbelievably fast speeds. We can now hear the wind. I guess the air rushing past this thing. I would not suggest looking down. Actually, they don't have a choice because all the windows are on the bottom there. So let's just that's okay. So water's nice and soft to land in, right? I'll see if I can turn this thing round, and then we'll use the back end to land in it. But I've got no fuel to really turn it anymore. So I hope this thing floats. No, that it doesn't really float. Right, I've got the flight results back, and I will be honest. I have to be honest here. It hasn't gone down well. It's not gone favourably really, and one or two people have been a bit critical, especially over the sort of end result around the sort of 5 minutes 33 seconds mark. It sort of went a little bit wrong, with obviously three of them dying. I think that's where the problem lies. They didn't like the fact that they died, which is sort of been it's sort of put a dampener on the whole project. So I think I have to go back to the drawing board and redesign the rocket. Let's do that. Right. So I think the first thing was that we don't really have a parachute to slow this thing down. So what I'll do is I'll pop on a parachute. Just pop on a parachute. There we go. So we got a parachute now. So it will fire when we try to come down. So yeah, let's try that. Right, so here we go. Attempt 2. I'm pretty confident that we've done well. I think there's been major advances in the rocket design. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, taking off. Yeah. All right, that's more success. Yes, we're going up now. Yeah. Oh, hang on. All right. Whoa, hang on. Why is it pitching over? Why is it pitching over? I would say that's gone at a bit of an angle, actually. Yeah. Oh, I've run out of fuel. Right, so I've run out of fuel, actually. Yeah, again, I did not expect that. I did not expect us to run out of fuel again. I mean, to be fair, I ran out of fuel last time, and all I did to change it is add a parachute, which is more weight. So yeah, I probably should have I probably should have added another fuel tank, but it's okay because, you know, these are, you know, they might be a little bit annoyed now, you know, they might be a little bit vexed, but I've got a parachute, so when it deploys in a few moments, we'll be able to get them out safely and debrief them and find out where it went wrong. So yeah, anytime the parachute wants to deploy, that'll be good. Anytime now. Anytime it wants to deploy, that'll be fine. Any point now. Anytime it wants to deploy, that'll be A-okay with me. Right, I think I need to have a word with whoever manufactured that parachute because it's not really built to specification. I wouldn't really class that as a useful item to have on because it didn't really act like a parachute. No. Right, so what we'll do, we take what we learned. This is why we do tests. This is why we test because now we know that we need more fuel. There we go. I've put another fuel tank in, and what I'll do before I forget is connect them. So there we go. That fuel is going to pump into that one. So we've got two fuel tanks now. It's getting a bit big actually. So what I'll do, I will put on these launch stability enhancers. Yeah, and they hold the rocket into place. Actually, it's pretty uneven. What I'll do is I'll turn the symmetry on and we'll put 3 on like that. Right, everything ready? Here we go. Test 3. Progress. See, this is progress. This is progress. So, yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Taking off. Good. Yeah. And, getting some speed up actually. Yeah, this is good. Good, yes. Oh, hang on. Oh, pitching over here. Why am I pitching over? Why is it pitching over? Why is it pitching up? Steer the other way. Oh, I think this guy's just realised he's left the back door open or the oven on. Or it might be something to do with the direction we're heading. Just pull up. Everything will be fine. Why is it still going down? That's not... Okay, deploy the parachute. Deploy the parachute. Parachute, please deploy the parachute. It's not deploying the parachute. Right, so I've crunched the numbers and gone over all the relevant data, and the problem lies with the launch sequence, not with the design. The design is absolutely fine. We don't need to touch that. Everything's fine. The launch sequence though is a little bit of an issue. We need to alter it somewhat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another sequence like that. We'll put it above this one here, and then we will put our parachute in there. So what it'll do is, when we press space, it'll activate the first sequence, which is number 1, which is release all these clamps here, and then activate the rocket, which is that's all good, and then that takes off. And then when we're coming down to Earth, we can press space again to open the parachute. Right, so here we go. This is launch 4. This is the big one. This is the one that everybody's been waiting for. This is the one that will mark us down in the history books and be the successful one. We might forget the past 3 and just call this 1. I'm not too sure. I'm not writing the history book because it hasn't happened yet. So, but I'm guessing that this one will be classed as the first successful mission. We have a new batch of heroes, new batch of brave heroes that are ready to rock and roll. Okay, so blast off in 3, 2, 1, go. What? No, what's up? I've put the docking clamp. Okay, so when I change the sequence, I've put the docking clamps in with the parachute. Well, let's just unlock them and see what happens. There we go. Yes. I may have used a little bit of fuel when I was down there, but that's fine. We come with the reserves. That's fine. That's all fine. Maybe we shouldn't have brought that grand piano along with us, but you need music while you're in space. I'm not really too fond of that camera view. Why did you mount it here? Right, this is run out of, yeah, I've run out of fuel again. I'll be honest. I'll be totally honest with you. I've run out of fuel. It's becoming a bit of a recurring theme actually. I'm not too sure what we can do about it, but this time we will land safely. I know the parachute will work. It'll function just as intended. So when we start heading back down, because we're still going up. I mean, look, we're still the fuel's getting us this far, and we are landing back on solid ground, which is good. So when I start going down, everything will be fine. Parachute will open, land safely. Right, so we're just popping back to Earth for a little bit of a refuel, and then everything will be okay. We'll fuel it back up, and then we'll send it out. Again, the parachute though needs to open. I did have a word with the guy that made it, and he promised me 100% categorically that it will be fine and it will work, and there'll be no problems with it at all. Yeah, I think he may have lied actually. Yeah, I mean he was wearing a top hat and had a really thin beard that he kept stroking, but he seemed genuine. Right, I think a little bit of a redesign here because it's not entirely working, is it? We'll put the parachute on, and what we'll do is we'll stick a decoupler on here, and what that'll do is that'll allow us to separate the pod from the engine. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is make sure that these struts are down here, so we don't blast and use half the fuel just blasting into the ground, and then we'll be ready to go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's go. Space debris is on the pad. Why would you warn me of this? Why wouldn't you just clear it up? Why? Look, you're confusing me with detail, people. Just clear the pad. If anything blows up on it, clear the pad. I don't want to know. Right, is everything okay down there? Are you all fine? Is everyone fine? You strapped in? Yeah, you're good. Okay, we're gonna launch. What? Oh, hang on, something's gone wrong here. Why isn't the rocket thrusted off? It's. Ah, right. See, it's probably it's right. What it's done for whatever reason, it's decoupled itself from the rest of the rocket, and hasn't launched. Let's just hang on. We'll get one to fix it. We'll get one of these to fix it. You can just go outside for a bit. Right, you just climb down and just check out the damage. Just check out the damage. Just have a quick look. Yeah, just that bit there. Right, he exploded. He smashed into the side and died. Okay, no, it's alright. We got two left. Oh no, we've been sued again. We can't really continue with that. Right, back to the shed. We'll work on it. And let's just alter the sequence. So the first sequence is to release these and fire the rocket. Second one is to decouple. Third will be to open the parachute. That's fine. That's exactly what I should have done before. I think I'm better off watching this one from a distance, actually. I think this is going to go pretty fast, so I want a long shot. So, yeah. Is everything ready? Everything ready? Lads, everything's up. Terry, they're not replying. Why are they not? Can they hear? Is everything fine? Should we just go? Should we just go and... Yeah, we'll just launch. Okay, go! Okay. Successful launch. Everything's fine. That's good. Yeah, so that's all fine. We'll just slowly go up. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've pressed it. Right. Okay. So I may have prematurely released the pod. That's now sort of just well, it's free floating really. It's just getting pushed by this. Okay. So this thing's attached now. I'm just ballistic really. I'm just going wherever the rocket's going. Let's just open the parachute, and that'll help us out. No, that's all that's done is acted as a sort of air brake, and is now pulling us towards the sea. Right, this might be something a little bit heavy to lay on you just at this moment, but just roll with it. I may not have full control over the rocket at this particular point. But the parachute works. You know, shiny side of the coin and all that. We know the parachute works. Right, okay. Me and the lab boys have gone over the tapes for the last mission. And there's some slight indication that perhaps... I mean, this isn't set in stone, by the way. This hasn't been confirmed. It's not gospel, nothing like that. We're still waiting for results, but there is some slight indication, maybe a little bit of evidence to show that it might possibly have been... out of all things, pilot error that has caused the problem. I know that's something that is very uncommon in these sort of things, and it's not something we normally go into, but yeah, there's a little bit of concrete evidence to show that might have possibly have been the case. But that's fine, we've crunched the numbers, and we think the best thing to do is to just stick some big-ass rockets on the side, and that should resolve the issue, alright? Good. Right, so I'm going to pick the radial decoupler and I'm going to shove it down the side about there. As you can see, we've got 3 of them on because I've got symmetry of 3 on. And then I'm going to go to the propulsion section, find the big-ass solid fuel booster, and shove that right in the centre of that there. Oh, yes. Now, that's much better. Now I need to sort of work out the sequence here. So, I think that one just needs to go down there. That one. That'll be fine. Right, everything's fine now. We really feel that this is like the ultimate version of the rocket. I mean, I know we've said that before. I know we've made some certain claims that it couldn't be improved upon, but this one is definitely the one that's going to take us into space. Okay, right. Should we give them a countdown, or should we just no? We'll just let it go. Okay, go. I thought you said you'd worked that problem out. I think it was something to do with the sequence, so I'm going to put the sequence further up here, like that, so it's not going to just release them prematurely. That was the issue. It was just a minor programming glitch, so that should be fine. Right, this is the one. This is the one. We're feeling this one. This is the one. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, what? Yeah, you need to turn the key. Yeah, just turn it to the left. That's it, yep. And now just pull that lever. Yeah, that one, yeah. Yep. That one. No, not that one. That one. That's the one. No, not that one. You've pressed the... Perhaps we should have looked into the issue of the rockets hitting the side. Right, so now the sequence is them rockets fire, and then the struts release, and then the next sequence is ditch the rockets, and then fire this one, and then the next one is to ditch that on the top. Yeah, that's fine. That's it. All the bugs are ironed out now. Nothing buggy at all in the system. Right, there we go. Yes. Taken off. Alright, that's what we wanted. Success. Yeah, everything's fine. We are listing a bit. That's something we might have to be aware of. Let's just correct it. Just see if we can correct it manually. That's not really correcting it, actually. Let's just release the rockets and we'll go on our own speed. No, they hit us. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine now. No, actually, the rockets more of going out of control again. Yeah, I think we need to do something about this. Right, so we've put a couple of new things on. We've got an advanced SAS module, so what that should do is keep us steady and help us stay, well, vertical, really. And we've also put these on here. These are winglets. These will alter and adjust our course as we're heading out of the atmosphere. Obviously, they will be ditched along with the solid fuel boosters sort of midway, because we don't need them in the sort of upper atmosphere, and indeed in space, because apparently wings don't work in space. I mean, the only reason wings work is because they're wing-shaped and they have an atmosphere. So that's not something we can really count on in space, is an atmosphere. So because we can't count on atmosphere in space, we're going to assume that these won't work. Yeah. Just take it to the launch pad. Let's just do this. First thing to do is we'll flick the switch and we'll turn on the SAS module. There we go, they're on. The wings are working by the look of it. Yep, they're moving and they're trying to keep it steady. So this should work. Blast off. What was that noise? Nothing worked. Why'd that happen? Try it again. There we go. That's it. That's we go. Just a slight malfunction. Just a slight just write that down. Write that down. Yes. The first stage didn't fire. Just write it down. Everything's fine, lads. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everything. Just write it down. Yes, it didn't work properly. They don't need to know. Coming up to the next stage now, so you will feel a slight jarring. There we go. So we drop them off. That's fine. Okay, they're heading down to. Actually, they're heading down to the launch pad. Just stay clear of the launch pad for the next couple of minutes while the debris scatters itself around. I'll just reduce the thrust a little bit, just so we don't burn ourselves out. I think what we also need to do is bank over a little bit, and then that'll put us into a better orbit. So we'll just bank over a little like that, turn on the module again, and then give us a little bit of thrust in that direction, and that'll help us orbit. Yes, as you can see, it's changing the orbit path. There we go. So we just need to wait till it goes all the way around, and then we're sorted. Right, so everything seems to be all right now. We've got pretty far actually. Don't guys, you're heroes. You don't need to look like that. Everything's fine. Oh, there we go. Look, the orbit's pretty good. Yeah, just a little bit more, and then we'll be going around. I think I'll alter the trajectory just a smidgen. Just another little course correction, a little bit of thrust, and that'll get us into the orbit that we need. Oh, hang on, we're out of fuel again here. One of you was supposed to let me know when we were running out of fuel. Okay, I told you, 50%. Just give me a little tap on the shoulder. 25%, really let me know. If we get to 10%, just fling a cup at me or something. I made that clear. One of you has let me down. This is not my fault. I'll lay that on the line now. We're under no illusions here. This is not my fault. Not my fault. I think we've actually got into a successful orbit here. It seems to go around and then round to there. I think we might just clip it actually. Yeah, we're just clipping it there. So what we'll do is we'll speed up time. We can speed up by the buttons up here, and we'll speed it up, and we'll do a little bit of an orbit. So speed, and then we'll just make sure everything's okay up here. Guys, if you just look out the window, you're going to see an awesome sight. Actually, you're pointing the other way. Just look out the one on the left, the window on the left. Really good sight. You probably want to see this. I wouldn't miss it. Really wouldn't miss it. Something you really want to look at. You're probably best taking photos of this, because you're probably not gonna be in this situation again. And I would actually relay the photos to us just so we can save them and make sure that they are safe. Or I would put them in the strongest container you have in there, just in case they get damaged on re-entry. We really wouldn't want that. Probably best to get rid of the back end now, actually. Let's do that. Let's just detach the back end. There we go. So we don't need that. Actually, we're in a little bit of a spin here. And we'll also tell the parachute to deploy as well. So when we get lower to the ground, we'll be able to deploy that, and everything will be fine. But for the time being, we are in a little bit of a spin. There we go. That's fine. That's what we needed for it to do. So that's deployed. We at least we know that works. Tick that off the list. That's all fine. Actually, that's probably going to slow us down and land us in the sea. Can any of you guys swim? I don't think we ever... Did we put that application? No, I don't think we ever put that on the application form. But now is probably not the best time to find out if you can't swim. Oh, hang on. The parachute... Who was responsible for the bolting of the parachute? Why did it... Okay, it's probably because I connected the parachute to the SAS module, the SAS module, and that. So now, at least the SAS module is going to be safe. That is important, because that is a really expensive piece of equipment. Right, there's been a slight design change. We've put the SAS module there, so when it detaches, we're only left with these two here. That's what we're going for. Okay, so everything's fine. Right, we've cleared the tower. Should they be kicking out that many sparks? Is it designed to do that? Yeah, I think it's designed to do that. Going into space, we're in space. Oh, I'm sure we made the orbit. No, wait. Okay, it's going to be a little bit cold where we're landing. Right, that might cause us a little bit of an issue. Let's just detach. We'll just detach from that. We don't need the back end now. That's pointless anymore. It's just dead weight really. So what we'll do is we'll drift to the North Pole, and then we'll land, and then we'll report back. It's actually a good view from here. I've never really noticed before, but that's a pretty nice view. You guys should count yourselves lucky. I mean, you're gonna crash into a frozen hellhole, but just think of it now. I mean, look at it now. Look, that's nice now. Don't think of the future, because that's really bad. Deploy the parachute. Everything's fine. I mean, we're going to the North Pole. I mean, this is a great feat. This is like a, I suppose you could say one great step for Kerbal kind. That's not. I mean, I know it's not space, but you've been in space. I mean, in fact, there's nothing even in space. There's nothing there for you to see. Look, you're gonna see, polar bears and Santa and barber poles and reindeer and snow, just lots and lots of snow. Just heading towards the frozen wasteland now. Everything should be fine. Yeah, this might be the first successful landing, actually. Never really thought of it that way. I mean, look at the sunset as well. Go on, lads, just have a look out the window. Get out your seats and have a look. I wouldn't spend too long out your seats, actually, because the landing might break your spine. So just get back in the seats, have a quick look, get back in the seats. Right, okay, you might feel a slight bump. Brace, 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 and you're down. Okay, so there we go for the time being. Lads, just sit tight. Everything will be fine. We'll get someone to you at some point. I can't give you an exact ETA. You know how things are. But we will be with you when we can. You've got a heater, you've got a radio. Just put them on, chill out for a bit. I would recommend leaving the doors closed and the windows wound up, because if a polar bear got in, it would cause a slight bit of damage and probably make the place a little bit untidy, which we wouldn't want that, would we? No, we wouldn't want that. We don't really want to clean the controls up with a sponge or anything like that. So, just keep the doors and windows closed. Okay, that's all I'm going to show you for the time being of the Kerbal Space Program. I will do another video of this, possibly more, I don't know. It's quite rare for me to do more than one, but this is a game that I've been really, really enjoying. So I'm going to do another video. Next video will probably show the aircraft or more rocketry. I don't know yet, who knows. So yeah, that's going to be at some point. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye. Bob, have you got that map, Andy? Yeah, Bob, we have a problem.